Hello and welcome to today's video. I have a lunch this afternoon and I've decided last minute that I'm going to film getting ready. I don't even know I was going to get ready, but here we are and let's make the best out of it. Now I'm going to work fast because I don't want to be late, because the second I start talking things are going to slow down. So I already have my primer on. I've been using this Rooibos one. I got sent it by them ages ago and it's quite nice. It's SPF 20 and it's a primer, but it's quite thick, so it takes like a minute to pull in. So I put this on while setting up. Ma'am, you can't walk in front of the camera every time I'm filming. Come here. Say hello. Thank you. Go away. I'm sitting by the window and she wants to sit here and look out the window with me. It's kind of cute, not gonna lie. But primer on, and then I want to do something relatively lightweight today, so I'm going to start by spot concealing. And for that I use this little camouflage duo. I look at myself in my camera, I don't look in my mirror, and then I try and see what can I see from a distance. Otherwise I'm just going to convince myself that I have every spot that there is to have. And then I just give it a little bit of extra coverage so it doesn't shine through my foundation. I used to be really worried about this like sun patch on my nose, but I don't really care too much about it these days. Which is quite interesting because in first year I was so like self-aware of it. Self-conscious. I was so self-conscious about it. And now it's just there. For foundation, I'm going to take what is left in this bottle and I'm going to throw it away today because a few times now I've said, oh, this bottle is empty. It's the last time I'm going to use it. Today's the day. It's got to go. So hi, how are you? It has been a minute since I filmed a video. I have been posting a bunch of vlogs. I have like my video layout here so I can see what I've done recently. I didn't post that much at the beginning of the year because everything was chaos, which when is life not? And then I started editing vlogs and pumping them out from end of June, and that's all you've seen for July, August, beginning September. It's been a lot of vlogs, but hopefully you guys are up to date now. The last vlog you guys would have seen by now was me doing the last Stuku event I was going to do. We hosted a cappella for the university, which was lots of fun. I actually got roped into participating in a cappella the year before. I was kind of a diversity hire because you do get scored on how inclusive was your group. So one of my friends begged me to like please join it so they can get extra points for that. And I joined literally the day before and it looked a mess. But that's what inspired me to do the zombie look I did for Halloween that year, and that turned out really good, so that was fun. But now with Stuku, I know that we film all of these events and all of it ends up on YouTube, and that is how I found out that there is some video of me doing this last year and just looking entirely out of place on stage. Lots of fun. I'll show you that. Now I haven't finished editing the vlog where I show you guys what we do at acapella, and that's because the footage hasn't been released yet. The people who edited for us, they're not done yet. So I'm actually just hoping that we get that footage and I get to use it. Otherwise I'm in a bit of trouble. But I've been doing this committee thing for 3 years now. I really enjoy being a part of student leadership, but even though I say this every year, I think I'm actually done this year. I'm not gonna continue, and there's two reasons for that. Number one, the next step up from here is the Student Representation Council, and that is very political and it's a lot of effort and it's not what I'm about. I kind of want to help people more directly than I want to on that kind of level. That's why I also enjoy being a demi so much, where I help the kids in the practicals because you work with them directly instead of kind of helping the system. But also I don't know if we're going to be living this close to the university next year, and these type of events are hard to do if you don't live around the corner, especially because we finish so late at night. You don't want to be driving an hour home after that. So instead I want to do choir. I want to try out for the choirs. I'm having a hard time finding all the UP choirs, but I'll see what I find. But every time we get to this part of the year, it's so tempting to sign up again and run for the next year, and I'm really hoping they close that sign up deadline soon so that I can move on and the opportunity's gone and I can relax about it. Because I'm like, what is one more year? Why not? But no, decided not to. I was also sick. I did show you that. That was very unpleasant. I haven't been that sick, honestly, in as long as I can remember. I've had like the odd cold here or there, but this was really bad. And I don't know what I did to get an upper respiratory infection, but do not recommend them, that's for sure. Now usually on my upper lip, I make it like 3 lines, but I've been seeing people do this and then it turns out kind of cute. So I'm going to try it and see how it goes. And then of course I'm going to contour my nose a little bit. And then here and here. I am all better now, thank heavens. It really like stuck around for a while. I was worried I was going to have to go to the doctor again because by the time my antibiotics were done, I was not feeling great yet. It still lingered for like 3-4 days after that, but we're in the clear now. The other thing that's been happening recently is Aiden's grandfather has been sick. It's kind of complicated, all the things that are going on there, but he's been in hospital in town for the last week or so. No, it's been 3 weeks now. It's been quite a while that he's been here, and we've been going through every night just hanging out with him for the visiting hours, just keeping him company, which has been pretty fun. You know, we do see him when we're on the farm, but never this regularly. So it's kind of nice that he's nearby because we get to see him and hang out with him. We get to see how he's doing, and we also get to see Aiden's sister. She comes with her boyfriend and they also visit him every night. And so far there aren't any new updates. It was a little touch and go at the beginning. Everyone was kind of worried, but now he's kind of stable and we're just kind of waiting to see what's happening, but he is still in the hospital. You know, we were quite concerned he wasn't going to make it at some point. We were trying to see how we should like change our plans around that, because heavens forbid we're out of town the day that something happens. But he seemed to be doing okay now, so we're planning on going away next weekend for our 4-year anniversary. I feel like I always segue in and out of the topic of Aiden's grandfather being sick, and I feel like it comes off like I don't care, which is not the case. I do care. We are there every day, but I don't want to like focus on it too much. I guess there isn't much to say other than we're just waiting to see what happens, but we are gonna go away next weekend. I'm super excited about that. I don't know exactly what we're going to be doing because Aiden has been arranging most of this. I gave him ideas of the vibe I'm kind of into. Like, I was kind of interested in going to the Bilansberg, which is where we've been a few times now, and I quite like going there. But I didn't want to go somewhere I've already been and kind of just rehash the same stuff. But he seems to have a plan, and I'm excited to see what it is. He's gonna help me pick out what to wear because he's not telling me exactly where we're going or what the activities are we're going to do. So I can't be like, oh, okay, we're going hiking, I'm gonna grab these boots. He's gonna have to help me pick out boots and stuff like that without spoiling what we're going to do. The one thing I get to pick is a cute outfit because I want us to take cute pictures. Like, we don't really take pictures together a lot. So if we're gonna have the opportunity and we're gonna be somewhere pretty and all that, I want to capitalize on that and take a few nice pictures so that I have cute pictures to use for profile pictures. I also have a conference coming up at the end of the month down in Cape Town. So I'm going to be heading down there. I have to make a poster for it, which initially I was excited, but now I'm kind of, I don't know, I feel like it's been such a while and now it's stress to get everything done and get the poster done and to make it look good, and how am I going to get there and how it's going to work when we're there. So I think the stress of it all is kind of taking over the fun of it all. I'm hoping it's fun when I get there and I enjoy the experience. You know, because it isn't something everyone always gets to do, and I'm not going to do this type of stuff again after I'm done studying. So I need to enjoy it while I am here, and I can do that. But Aiden is going back to the ship literally the week before I go down to Cape Town. It wouldn't even be a full week. He's leaving on the Tuesday and I should leave that weekend to get there for the Monday. For those of you that didn't see it in vlogs, Aiden was going to go sail on this tall ship, and then an accident happened in the harbor. The thing fell over and now they need to fix all that. It took a while for them to get the ship upright again and to work on the repairs, but he's going to go down and get it ready to sail again, and then he is going to sail to South America, which is very exciting for him. For me, I'm just going to be home alone for a while, which kind of sucks. But at least this time's like in the summer. He initially was going to go over the winter, and what was I going to do? Just like sit huddled up at home doing nothing. At least now there's like things to do, places to be, stuff to kind of pass the time with, you know? And I feel like my face is cute, but doesn't really match my neck. But then I don't really care. I think it's cute. So August is a very busy month with all the stuff that's coming, and after that it's just chill. Just me and my experiment continuing. Which, speaking of my experiment, that has been such a hassle. It took me forever to get into the labs because I had to write my proposal and I did not enjoy doing that. But at least I'm in the lab now, which is a good thing. But I need the freeze dryer, and the freeze dryer is booked out until end of September, and I'm like, I'm not gonna sit and wait until end of September before I start doing anything for my research. I kind of want to be done by end of January, so that doesn't really help. So I asked a bunch of other departments that also have freeze dryers and finally found people that are gonna let me use theirs. Thank heavens. So hopefully this week I'm going to get that done so that I actually can get started properly on my experiment. Start getting some data, start seeing some results, start feeling like I know what I'm doing. You know, I did put the cream blush on, but I think I need like a little bit more, but I'll do that after putting my brows on. Sounds funny. Sounds like I don't have brows. Oh, I also have like a presentation on my honors research coming this week, so like a lot is happening in the next 2 weeks. But I'll have more to tell you about that stuff once we actually get there and actually start doing these things. For now, let's look at what has happened the last while. I'm using a new phone. That is something that's happened recently. Aiden bought me a phone for my birthday, which is super cool. Definitely needed a new one. And the brightness on the screen went down now, and I'm looking at myself in my camera, so I want to put the brightness up so I can see what I'm doing. And while swiping, it flipped my camera. So like I can do that while filming, and I don't have to like pause to do that. That's pretty cool. But come on, let me get that brightness up. Oh no, how do I do that? There we go. And now I can see what I'm doing. Yay. So it was my birthday recently. I saw all my family, which was lots of fun. But Aiden and I went to watch Swan Lake for my birthday, and that was really cool. I really enjoyed that experience. We got to have drinks while we were sitting in the theater, and I forgot they let you do that, so that was really cool. But this happened a few weeks after my birthday because that's when the show was showing. So on the night of my birthday, we went to go watch a movie. And of course my birthday was like 2 days before the two big blockbusters came out, so I couldn't watch Barbie and I couldn't watch Oppenheimer. Which, like, of course that's how it worked out, but I'm glad it did because we ended up watching Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse, and I really enjoyed that, and I'm glad I got to watch that in theater. Forgot how cool the first movie actually was, so I really enjoyed that. But some less enjoyable stuff that's been happening recently, or it's a while ago now, but I showed you in the vlog how my cat bit me on my hand and how sore that was. I feel like I was being a real baby about it, but it hurt. I was not having a fun day. And because she not just punctured skin, but bit all the way through my finger just about, I went to get a tetanus shot. Now, tetanus is a disease brought on by a microbe that can be carried in a cat's mouth, amongst other things. And what it does is it releases a toxin that's really painful to your muscles and makes them like tense up really tight. And you get really sick from it, you have a really, really bad time, and it has like a 13% fatality rate, which ain't great. Another thing people call it is cat disease because cats often give it to people, or they call it lockjaw, I believe, because if you get it really bad, these muscles are affected and you can't like open your mouth and you can't eat or drink anything. This is also something that affects livestock, and then often they unfortunately just kill the livestock off. My sister told me to get the shot, and I was like, why would I get a tetanus shot? Because usually you only have to get a tetanus shot if you step or cut yourself with something rusty. And from that I understood that you got it from an anaerobic microbe. I don't know why I thought that, but I was like, okay, cool, that's how it works. Why would my cat have it in her mouth? Not really following. I don't know why I thought that, but I thought, yeah, why would I have to get it if my cat bites me? And my sister was like, just go get it. And at first I was like, pfft. And then I was like, okay, but what if I die? So, okay, I'll look into it. Let me get a tetanus shot. So I guess I'm glad she said I should do that. Please get a tetanus shot if you get bit by something. Also, if it's a wild animal, probably a rabies shot too. Because the rabies one, there ain't no coming back from. So like, yeah. Be safe rather than sorry. But she is my indoor cat. She doesn't go out. I know what diseases she does and doesn't have. I also know what vaccinations she has, and she definitely is vaccinated for rabies, so I wasn't worried about that one. Now, everyone told me this shot was going to hurt, and I was like, why would you tell me that? Why? I do not need to know that I'm going to be suffering. Just let me get there and get it done. But it was fine. I was expecting a lot worse, so when I got it, I was like, oh, okay, yay me. It wasn't that bad until a few days later. And my arm just kept hurting. It would not go away. Luckily by now I obviously have like full range of motion from my arm back and it doesn't hurt, but I was sensitive to the touch, like my whole upper arm where I got the vaccine. But I ended up fine, ended up not having any issues because of it. While it was healing, funnily enough, my finger was very susceptible to the cold. Like my hand wouldn't get that cold if I'm outside, but my finger would get very cold. So I had to like actively try and keep my finger warm for the time it was healing, which made me worry a bit about the blood flow in my finger and all that, but everything's fine now. The only thing is I have like a little scar left, which it's not my first scar, and I quite like the other few scars that I do have, but for some reason, I'm not the biggest fan of this one. I think it's because it's like right on my hand. I see it so much. If you look at it like real close up, it's like a little crater with a little dot in the middle. And that part is clear. So I think that scar is like all the way through. But I'm sure it'll grow on me. The only reason I'm not a fan of it right now is if it is cold, it is uncomfortable and it doesn't stretch too well. Like at the beginning, putting my finger all the way back like that hurt quite a bit. And that's starting to go away a bit. But yeah, it's a scar that slightly limits my range of motion. Hopefully not forever. But that's not my favorite idea, so don't get bitten by a pet. If cats are fighting, protect yourself too. But I wanted to say that because I said I would tell you about it in a later video. That's basically all I found out. Oh, there's only one other thing I have to update you about while I'm looking for my setting spray before I do my eyeshadow where we're gonna focus, because I actually want to do it nice. I haven't done my makeup in such a long time. Haven't done a video in such a long time. And then the other day I was like, I'm just gonna do my makeup for fun, and I failed miserably. It wasn't cute, and I was like, Have I lost my ability to do makeup? Have I lost all my skill because I haven't been practicing? It's really use it or lose it out here, isn't it? So I'm really trying my best today to prove to myself I still got it. I can still do this. I just need to try.
May I interrupt the scheduled program?
You can interrupt. How can I help you?
Can I get clothes? No, I just want to grab the clothes and then I'll get changed here.
Okay. But yeah, my face is pinker than my body.
Because of the highlighter.
The foundation. But the thing I wanted to tell you about is with regards to the plane tickets we bought. I told you about this in my last life update video. Aiden was going to go sailing. I was going to fly to where they were going to drop him off. We were going to have holiday and come back. And then because of the whole accident, that's not happening anymore. And all of our plans kind of got shuffled as a result of that, which life happens, I guess. It's how it is. But the people we booked it through are not very helpful at all. Every time we talk to someone, they have something else to say, and they often disconnect us halfway through the conversation and then nothing gets done. And that is very, very frustrating, because how am I supposed to get anything done if you're just going to disconnect the chat while I'm still trying to answer you? Not great. Terrible customer service. I'm very upset about it. Part of the problem with rebooking the flights was I wanted to move it until like January, February, and then instead of going to Portugal like I was going to, I'm gonna go to Norway because I have a friend there that I've been meaning to see since high school, and I have these tickets in anyway, so I guess we're going now. But they had difficulty finding new dates. One guy said they don't have the dates for the next year, and I'm like, what do you mean you don't have the dates for the next year? Because I can literally see the dates on your website available for next year. So what are you trying to tell me here? But I got a guy who finally gave me dates that would work, and he sent everything through, and I just had to send payment before 3 o'clock, and then I'd have my new tickets booked, and I was like, yes, thank you so much. And then the Wi-Fi crashed and everything was offline and I couldn't do anything. And then I had to restart the process, which was so much fun. I enjoyed this so much. So happy it happened. This time though, they called me, which was nice. So I didn't have to sit and type, and I wasn't calling on my airtime. And it helped that I had dates this time to say I want to move it to these dates, as opposed to them putting me on hold for 20 minutes while looking for dates that can work. I could just tell them, these dates work, please check for these. I did have to pay extra to rebook the flights, which I'm quite upset about, but it's working out now. I now have my flight dates. It's for next year, March, April, not January, February, but it's happening. Very excited and so glad it's finally resolved. Part of the stress was we had to rebook the tickets before the initial date, obviously. I can't miss my flight and be like, yeah, teehee, I meant to rebook them. They weren't gonna let me do that. And my flight date was going to be in this coming week. It was going to be the 17th of August. I was going to have to leave. So that was kind of our deadline to rebook the flight so that I don't lose out on all the money we spent on these tickets. But I'm very, very excited about the prospect of vlogging going to Norway and getting to see my friend. I'm going to get to stay there for quite a while, so I'm hopefully going to see quite a bit of the country. I'm hoping we get along in person. Like this second after I booked these tickets, I saw all these TikToks where people talking about meeting your long distance friend and then you don't actually like them, and I'm like, you keep that energy for yourself because we're gonna like each other. We're gonna have to, because I'm gonna be there for a while, but I think it'll be fine. I am very, very excited to see her. I'm using these little colorful palettes that I got but then didn't use again because I haven't been doing my makeup, and it's kind of fun. I'm having a good time. And I'm glad I'm kind of getting back into it. I'm feeling relatively confident about how today's turning out. So I still have the ability to do my makeup. If you disagree, don't tell me. Keep that to yourself. Thanks. Halloween's coming up. Or not quite, it's still a few months away, but I need to start preparing for Halloween that's coming up, and I have no idea what I want to do. And I would ask you guys for suggestions, but by the time this video goes up, I kind of want to be almost done filming. But you can leave me suggestions in any way, so look at them for next year. I kind of want to do clowns. That's the idea I've been playing around with all year, is I want to do different levels of scary clowns. And I mean, that could be fun, but how interesting can I really make clowns? What if they all just end up boring? Okay, I think that's kind of cute. Oh my gosh. And it's purple. I never like purple. I don't have anything on my lower lash line, but I don't think I want anything there either. I kind of want this to be light and airy, I say, even though I did like full glam base. But I do want this to be somewhat light, hence all the like shimmer in the inner corner. I think I can up that a little more actually. I do have a shimmer palette, which this thing I haven't used in forever. But let's pick up a little bit of purple shimmer and just help transition it there a bit. Did I even tell you guys what I'm getting ready for? I did not. How did that happen? Some of you might know that every now and then on campus we go on these fancy dinners that the consumer science kids arrange and they get marked on it. We do pay for them, but you pay less for them than you would usually for this type of experience, so that's a win for us. And sometimes they're a hit, sometimes they're a miss. It has happened once or twice that it wasn't that great, and then you leave feeling a little bit bummed because you paid quite a bit to be here and you were so excited and then it wasn't fun. Like this one time we went to an Asian inspired one and all the food was cold. As far as I understand, something went wrong behind the scenes, so everything started later than it was supposed to, and that's why everything was cold. But they're still generally good, so we're still generally excited to go. But this time it's a PhD candidate and they are doing research about African food and wines. That is all I know so far. And because it's for research purposes, we can go for free. We're not paying. And it's a lunch, not a dinner. So we need to be there by 2. I was worried when they said it would be research that it would be straight up like sensory evaluation where they put you in those clinical little cubicles and they make you taste gross stuff and you have to give feedback. But I was on campus yesterday and I saw they'd set up the room really nice where we usually have the dinners, and I was like, oh, okay, cool. So it is gonna be fancy. So I can do my makeup for it. My makeup may be a bit much for this, but Aiden's gonna sit and look at me and I think he'll be fine with it. I'm like probably not really gonna do lipstick though because it's just gonna come off and I don't want to leave a rim on every glass, so. But now I need to focus for the eyeliner because I've now learned that the eyeliner determines if it's cute and modern or if it looks like 2016. Really makes or breaks the makeup look. I added dots. I don't know if I like them. They're there now, but let's wrap this up because we are running out of time. Curling my lashes because I'm going to try and avoid using false lashes. We need to be there in 15 minutes and at least we're close to where we need to go. But I still need to get dressed and we still need to get there. Now because I'm not putting on any lipstick, I'm just going to put on like a little bit of clear gloss to make it look like I did something, even though I didn't. And I'm going to mix in the tiniest bit of this purple lip gloss because I never wear it. And today's purple. Might have been too much. Oh no. Take it back. Now I look sick. Taking that off. Not doing that. Just taking the foundation off my lips made it look like there's enough of something going on. So that works for me. This is the final result for the makeup. Thank you so much for watching. I hope that I am on time and that I can find a cute outfit because I don't own purple. I don't know what I'm going to wear with this, but we'll see. Thank you again for watching. I hope you enjoyed it as much as I enjoyed making this video, and I will see you again next time. Bye!